might be having some technical difficulties. So I had to start all over again. So let's see if we can get it working this time again. And then that way we'll pick back up where we left off. Let me see if you can hear me right quick. Okay. No, it looks like the volume is still off. Let's see. Okay, so let's keep going. I'm not gonna belabor the point. So also I'm gonna screen share right quick. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that you can hear me. So let me make sure I'm sharing my screen. And so also we talk about converting real property into a business. And then we have homework, understanding property types, right? Let me log in because I want y'all to be able to see this. So let's log in right quick. Let me get my code and put it in. Okay, I'm just pulling up the course preview so you can see it as a student. Let me go back and share my screen. All right. Okay, let me make sure you can see my screen on my side, and I apologize for technical difficulties. Okay, so it looks like you can see my screen, so perfect. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just cut my phone off to make sure I'm gonna restart. But we stopped at um who can and should invest in real estate. So let's open up that preview. So look, we talk about investing for cash flow, why you should invest, tax breaks and deductions, fast facts, appreciation. I'm sorry, fast fact. You can depreciate the cost of buildings, but not the land. So when you invest in land and people are like, go buy land, go own land, you got to know that there's some tax consequences that you don't, well, I don't say tax consequences. There's not the same benefits for land in terms of depreciation as there are for real estate residences like buildings or things that are affixed to the land. So let me just log on right quick and make sure, see if Facebook is back cooperating. I don't know why technology wants to fight me today. Share my screen. Okay, perfect. So then you can invest also for appreciation, right? You can invest to build equity and to build wealth for portfolio diversification. So I'll walk you through and talk about why you should invest in real estate. And then credit scores and loan types. We do a whole video on all types of loans, VA, FHA, USDA, subject to wholesale, owner financing, and everything in between. And then also we talk about what does your credit score need to look like. You don't have to have perfect credit to invest in real estate. However, because there are some lenders that will still loan you the money, but it's going to require a larger down payment. And also, it may not get you as much as you want or need to do your renovations, but nevertheless, it still can be done, right? So don't let anybody tell you that because you don't have great credit, you shouldn't invest, or because you don't have a lot of money, you shouldn't invest. You can partner with people that invest in real estate, right? So then what are the creative ways to invest using real estate for sale by owner and assumptions? Also, I had to do a whole second part because there's so many creative ways, right? You can do subject to lease option, wholesale, understanding auctions and foreclosures. Ooh, and then property trends for investors. I do a whole video that talks to you about the trends that are out there right now there's more than Airbnb. There's more than Verbo. There's more than short-term rentals. There's more than mid-term rentals. There's more than long-term rentals. Let's take a look at a few of them. You can rent to people by room. You can rent an addition on your home, right? You can do short-term rentals. You can do vacation rentals. You can do rentals for events. Do you have a beautiful backyard? Do you have a gorgeous home? Could your home be used as an event space? Are you near a sports coliseum or a golf course or something popular? Like I noticed that out in I was looking at some real estate trends, and I want to add some things to this, but people are doing glamping, right? Especially if you have a property where the mountains are, where the beaches are, if there's a national park, people are actually traveling across the country and renting tents so that they can go glamping, right? Airbnb, bed and breakfast, RV parking, campsite rentals, hunting, timber deeds. The list is endless of what you can do with land and homes. And so don't just think about one way of doing business and one way of investing, right? And then converting real property into a business, right? Hosting events, home sharing clubs, pet boarding, pet sitting, renting out pool time. I was amazed when I saw that, right? So I'm teaching you all these things in the course, and I've already shared the link to the course in the description box, and I'm going to share it again so that you can log on today and get registered. And I encourage you, this is a great time to invest in real estate. Don't listen to the naysayers. Millionaires I made during a recession in real estate, right? Understanding property types, identifying good investment properties. This is key. This is huge, right? Because location is super important too. And I don't say, don't be fancy. I heard another real estate investor say that don't get fancy. It's okay to start out and to do an investment in an area that is up and coming, being gentrified, an area that people consider not the greatest of areas. You be the person to go in, right? Don't miss your opportunity. I feel like so many people judge Detroit and miss their opportunity. There's still a lot of opportunity there. But also, as I've been doing my research, some of the markets that you would be surprised about, Ohio, huge opportunities, right? And so educate yourself. So then I was blessed to do an interview with the one and only Miss Mona Powell with Flipping for Girls. Flipping is for Girls. So excited to have interviewed her. She has been a real estate investor for over 20 years. She owns Leonard's Heating and Lennard's Heating and Air. Amazing woman of God. And she shares with you on here the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then I got a chance to interview another great girlfriend of mine. This is an audio interview with Rochelle James, powerful real estate investor, fellow real estate broker, and one of my best friends. Super talented professional, amazing woman. She used to own a nationwide franchise, I believe. She was an insurance agent. She's a real estate broker, has been licensed now for probably 10 years or so. Real estate investor. She's invested out of the state, in state. She's flipped properties, had great success. I think on her first flip, I won't tell her business, but she made some shmoney with no experience, right? And so we talked to you about analyzing your property for profit, because again, the money is made going into the deal, not coming out of the deal. So if you buy bad up front, you're gonna get bad in the end. It's just what it's going in is when you make your money, not coming out. Okay. Researching markets, creating a property finder, getting your loan and your mortgage in place, getting your money in place, right? Tax benefits for real estate investors. That's huge, right? There are, I think, 34 deductions that you can take, 34 deductions as a business owner, but I believe there's 48 deductions as a real estate investor. And if you are a realtor, there's even additional and greater tax deductions. Some people say, oh, if you're going to be an investor, and I used to think this way, if you're going to be an investor, you don't want to be a realtor because it makes it more complicated. No, it just means you can't be over here lying. You have a fiduciary responsibility, even as an investor, if you're a realtor, but you have an even greater tax deduction opportunity. And then there's the business structures to consider for your investment business, and then how to maximize your profit. And then, so these are just some of the things that you get to preview as a student, but the course is in such great detail. You are going to come out of the course knowing what to do, how you're going to finance it, where you're going to look, what are the questions you need to ask. You're going to do your homework. And then in the conclusion, we have Bible verses related to wisdom, investing, knowledge, and understanding, because we are kingdom entrepreneurs and marketplace ministers. And then you give me your opinion. So I've only shared with you the opportunity to preview as a student. Let me stop sharing my screen. To preview the course, right? So you stayed to the end, you made it, yay, woo woo, yay you, right? So the course is normally $497, but the Lord told me to take $200 off. It's $297. And if that wasn't even good enough, a $200 deduction using the code recession proof, right? Use the code recession proof, capital R, all lowercase after that, and then separate word proof, capital P, all lowercase after that. Recession proof is the code to get $200 off. I also set it up where the $297 you can pay in two separate ways, or three ways. You can pay up front in full, $297. You can do 4 payments broken down. Let me break that up for you real quick. Is $297 divided by 4 is $74. 4 payments of $74.25. But listen, if that wasn't good enough, the Lord said, break it up into 10 payments. So you can make 10 payments of $29.70. No excuse. You can use Affirm. You can use Afterpay if you qualify, because I believe those things have qualifiers credit-wise, but it can't be any easier. So I encourage you, please share these videos. Please share the course, right? So many people have been waiting for the opportunity to become real estate investors. This is your market. This is your season. This is your time. This is your chance. Don't miss it, right? When God opens the door, we have to be able to keenly see. I ask the Lord all the time, give me eyes that see and ears that hear spiritually and naturally, right? So pray about it. Ask the Lord, Lord, is this my time? Is this my season? And if so, get started. Get this course. Get on your way. $297. It's not the course before the course. It's everything you need to get started, doing your research, making wise decisions, and investing in the properties. I'm here to coach you along. If you have questions, I do a free 30-minute complimentary session with the purchase of the course. And then after that, if you say, Garlinda, I want to hire you to coach me through the process. Now, I won't go with you through the whole process unless that's something we agree on through coaching, through a coaching contract. But I'm here to answer your questions, absolutely and for sure. Okay, so God bless you guys. Thank you for being with me on today. I know that we had to endure technology trials and tribulations. Let me make sure you can still see me and hear me. But we made it. Okay, so God bless you guys. The link for the course is going to be here in the description. Hey, General Tisha Caldwell. Okay, so I'm going to say this before I go. I call Tisha Caldwell the General, honey. Salute you. She is a fellow real estate broker, a fellow real estate broker owner, and she is an investor, and she is an anointed, profitable investor. I called Tisha the other day. I want to say it was last Sunday, and I said, girl, how did you stop being afraid when it was time to make these deals in this market with these crazy interest rates, with the home pricing being so high? She said, I did, and I did it scared. Glory to God. And so she said, I did it scared, and she is killing it, crushing the game. She has sold multiple properties in the New Jersey area, and I believe here too in North Carolina. Quote me if I'm wrong, Tisha, but come on, you can do this. God is with you. She said she was sitting at the back of the church, and the Lord said, I didn't just call you to be a real estate agent. I called you to be a real estate investor. And that's what God has called us to be, kingdom owners. He said, subdue, occupy, have dominion, bear fruit, and multiply. He said, I gave you talents, right? Some, I don't want to mess them up, but he gave all of us multiple talents. According to his grace and his mercy, you have enough to do everything that you need to do, and you can pool resources, and there's resources out there, and I talked to you about them in the course. $297 to get you on your way and start with your first property. So God bless you guys, and I look forward to helping you, answering your questions, and I'll talk to you soon.